People try to change directions. Hard to do.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Here's Huff to return. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. So the ball switches back over to Tampa Bay, and as they get set in place on offense, Charles, talk about the running game and the O-line, where they stack up going into next year, because Doug Martin was only active for 8 games this last season. Rushing total dropped down to 400 yards, basically.
Yeah, they were fortunate they picked up Jacquizz Rodgers during the year, and he gave them some nice games throughout. But I start with the offensive line. They've got some good building blocks. Left tackle Donovan Smith.
There goes Doug Martin. 30, past the 20. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Doug Martin, 76 yards. And the Bucs get the quick strike touchdown. And those are the highlight reel runs you dream of right there.
When he gets a seam and just gets through it, how about the explosiveness, the burst to get there to begin with, and then once he's in full gallop, good luck trying to track him down.
And those plays so demoralizing for the defense.
Absolutely, because you've done so much work trying to keep people in front of you. When they're past you and behind you, that's a tough one to swallow.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And New York set to take the field. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a bead on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out.
And that run was what a lot of people call an explosive run. Gave them good yardage, solid yardage. They feel good about the whole thing, and they did it behind a 2 tight end set. It's always interesting to watch what offenses want to do with the 2 tight ends. Sometimes they line them up together for a power set. Sometimes they put one on each side of the line of scrimmage.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Trucks through him.
Oh, man, right through him.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Offense in a good spot here, 2nd and 2. They'll run it now out of the gun. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
When the 4-3 defense is functioning really well, you know who stays what we call clean and no one gets to him? The guy playing the middle linebacker position, the guy we call Mike. That means the defensive front is eating up all the blocks and just let him go to the football and make the play.
And he gets this down deep into Tampa Bay territory.
So what's the old expression that quarterbacks like to use when they decide to throw the football? I'm looking for either a touchdown or a check down. And he took the check down on that play, and it worked almost to perfection.
They come up in an offset eye.
Zebra.
Manning. And that'll be incomplete. Jarrell Adams, the tight end, was the target. And it's 2nd down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. And now it's 2nd and goal. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Orleans Darkwa. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Giants are able to grow their lead. It's good, and it is now 21-7. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. Bringing it in, Jackson left side. 15 yards through the air and a first down. First down, here's the run with Martin. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
Now Jameis on 2nd down. And this one caught by Cameron Brate. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 47 yards. And now inside the red zone, the offense will operate. They come out here in the eye. Jameis to throw it. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucks. Mike Evans from 3 yards out. And the Bucks are able to make this a close game again. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now. After the touchdown, Aguayo now ready for the kickoff. This is taken at his 4. And a pretty slick return there as he's up just shy of the 45-yard line. Here's the Giant offense now making their way back out onto the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before.
This is caught inside the 15. Manning to Beckham, a big play there. 46 yards.
And there's another one-hander by Odell Beckham Jr. I almost get the sense that he's not happy if he has to use 2 hands now.
Exactly. Well, we've all seen it, him going through those warm-up routines before the game. It's almost comical how good he is at grabbing a ball with one hand.
And I like what you just brought up there. He works at it. All right, those one-handed catches, they're not strictly by accident.
It'll be a gain of 4, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it, but he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. Out to the flat, that's complete to his running back. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially.
And he takes it into the end zone for a Giant TD. Will Johnson with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Giants add on to their lead. He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. And now the Buccaneers offense gets set to head back onto the field. And they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but still down here.
When you're playing catch-up, every possession becomes crucial, doesn't it? It's vital. Get back out on the field, punch in the end zone again. They know it's not easy, but what they do have going for them, they did score the last time. They think they've got a good formula working.
And what about the defense?
Well, now you're just saying to yourself, okay, we gave up a score last time. What adjustments do we need to make to slow them down now and get the ball back for our own offense? Is it more pressure? Is it more zone? What do they have to do? They're trying to figure that out themselves.
We'll see if they can figure that out right here. Let's look ahead for a quick minute. We don't have the schedules yet for next year, but what we do have are the 5 international games that will be played, 4 in London and then 1 again in Mexico. Jacksonville, Baltimore, Miami, New Orleans, Cleveland, Minnesota, Rams, and Arizona. Those in London, and then Mexico's going to get a great game. The Raiders and New England.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And just think about the ones in London. Remember, they're splitting them between the 2 different stadiums in London, so they get a different flavor in all of these places. But Mexico, for the 2nd straight year, the Raiders are coming to town. That should be a whole lot of fun.
Should be a ton of fun and a very good matchup. So 2nd and 10 here. One receiver to the left is Evans. On 2nd down, and the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. Olivier Vernon in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. And the O-line will have to do a better job protecting here on 3rd down after that sack. 3rd and long for Winston. That's complete, middle of the field to Humphreys. And now the Giants will stop play as they take a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And look at this, it's a fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. The dive unsuccessful. The big fella can't pick it up. And New York set to take the field. And where the ball is now, you got the field goal pretty much in the bag. Now do you try for the end zone a couple of times?
I don't think there's any question about it. You might get a gift of 6 points rather than the 3 that you just noted that you feel like you already have. Be aggressive, go after it, and try and get those points.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
It looked like they had something there, but I think that he was thinking about running with the football before he actually hauled it in, and that led to a big drop.
Manning will try again on 2nd down. And complete to Lewis over the middle. And a good stiff arm there before he's brought down on a nice little gain. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. On play action. Now Manning. He'll buy some time right. And that is incomplete. Stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that'll push the lead up to 17. So they get the 3, increase their lead to close out the half.
Excellent way to end a drive. Go into the locker room with a little bit of extra momentum after adding 3 to their total.
This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 20. And never mind, Larry. These 2 teams apparently anxious to get back at it. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start the 3rd quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the 2nd half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important.
Looking for Evans, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Janoris Jenkins. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. Here's the Giants.
Now I've been in New York, Texas, Midwest, and it all reminds me of California, cause there's no place like California. California, AATLMIA-DMV, all reminds me of California, cause there's no place like California. California,
New York, Texas,
Midwest, and it all reminds me of California.